Currently marking the exams for these learners in grade 7 and 8, as well as 9. And it really pains my heart when you see a learner barely writing anything in these papers. And these are learners in grade 9 at the moment. Something will occur and they will go to senior school. But ladies and gentlemen, day 2 swimming, population direction, those are the answers. Respect, responsibility, that is problem they face in the fieldwork, they are not able to give it. Ladies and gentlemen, things are there. A discussion needs to be done in the country. This is in Kenya. We really have, for instance, let us do education, role of judiciary, function, Supreme Court, High Court, Court of Appeal, and International Court. Simply because of the word court, grade 8 learners were discussing about ways of celebrating various social cultural diversity in the community. State 4 ways: population, community, celebrating, discussion. Simply the learner has gone to the question and picked the answers out of it. In this one, even outline characteristics of the climate, mark U, region, map, Africa, cultural. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the responses we receive from these children. These are things we have given unto them. And this is simply a child who has not understood anything, a child who have not come to comprehend what is even being asked. And this is the largest population in Kenya because it is happening in senior school. For instance, this one, grade 7 learners of go to school plan for field work. Outline 5 problems they are likely to face: the tents, the form, the poor, the tree, the love, the digging, the room. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is why we are saying it is no longer business as usual. We should not be saying let's teach and go home. I am recording this video today as I am marking, and it pains my heart. It really breaks my heart because these are my children. My firstborn is in Form 4, and it pains my heart that my children will not have a future like I have been able to have. My children will not be able to go beyond the places I have been able to go as their parent. And this is why we are calling upon the nation, we are calling upon Kenya people, everybody involved in the education sector, teachers alike, parents, Ministry of Education, Ministry of the Teacher Service Commission. I know this thing is possible, it is workable. Because why am I saying it is workable? It is workable because private schools are doing it. Private schools are passing. It simply means us need to put an effort. Grade 8 learners discuss the causes of population growth and distribution of Africa. Highlight 5 causes of population growth: self-esteem, relationship, circumcision, food, and respect. Really, ladies and gentlemen, this simply means this learner has not understood a question. And we are saying, what will be the effect of poor learning in Kenya? Poor learning in Kenya will be disastrous to the world. Kenya today is providing workforce to the world. America rely on Kenya, Australia rely on Kenya, Canada rely on Kenya. Then, ladies and gentlemen, imagine Kenya now to disappear from the map and produce people who can't defend themselves, people who can't express themselves. So in group discussion, the learners were asked to find out 5 factors taken into consideration in the selection of pathways: social science, STEM, sciences. Simply means our learners have not grasped. And this thing, they have it in their notes, we have given unto them, but despite the word that we have given them unto the notes, I want to confess that they don't understand. Even if we give them the notes, even if we give them, you really become sick when you teach and find that it's so painful. And me as a teacher, I found it so hard to move on and accept and say, let me just assume nothing will take place. Ladies and gentlemen, we will listen to this discussion one day. Are we waiting for 10 years for this child now who is in grade 3 or grade 1? One of my sons is now PT2. Should I really be comfortable to see my son have a stage of this type in the next few years to come? Then, ladies and gentlemen, we need to have a sober discussion. My teachers, brother teachers, my friends, the education ministry, As things are running out in the country, we need a discussion on how to improve quality education. This is a painful discussion that needs to be done, but we better do this painful discussion, otherwise we risk plunging the world into confusion, because if Kenya goes into confusion, then the rest of the world is in confusion. Let me check on this one. But what is the factors to consider to get employed, to get the career, to get money, to get engineer? Definitely these kids can't barely. If you were at a position to see the handwriting itself, ladies and gentlemen, it is sad. Things are sad. Academic discussion need to be done. I don't know who will initiate it. The Ministry of Education in Kenya, you can choose to initiate such a discussion. Otherwise, things are bad. Things are bad in junior school. Things are bad in junior school. There is no understanding of the Queen's language, that is English language, which is largely used in our communication. And the moment we don't understand the Queen's language, ladies and gentlemen, it is the standard world communication language. I want to assure you, this generation will not tackle the IELTS, will not tackle the PTE, will not tackle the TOEFL, because the standard of the world, the standard that the world needs from Kenya, cannot be met by this one. The writing task in the IELTS speech, the communication, the speaking task, the listening task, ladies and gentlemen, these kids that I am marking the paper today in 2026 cannot be able to cover, cannot be able to discuss. Let us look at this question. Grade 8 learners discuss the causes of population growth and distribution in Africa. Highlight 5 causes of population. The people must be pregnant to increase the population. The people must remove the baby to reduce the population. You must have relationship. You must love others. You must have one day to search for children. You can hear the responses being given by the kid wanted to understand the concept somewhere, but simply mean what bring all this. As far as this is concerned, this is all about foundational learning. As a republic, as a nation, we need to go back to foundational learning. We cannot build a house, expect it to stand, yet the foundation is made out of sand. It simply means we must now be able to look at our foundation learning. That is the founding government of Kenya. You had the foundations. You are the foundation in nursery school, in all the pre-nursery school, that is nursery 1, nursery 2, before you go to grade 1 all the way to grade 6, then grade 7, 8 and 9, then grade 10, 12, up to 12, before we proceed to university. I know right now we have had the senior school teachers making a loud cry, and when the junior school teachers were crying 3 years ago, a bit people said we are naive, we were told we are naive, we were abused. Some of the junior school teachers were publicly embarrassed. But ladies and gentlemen, this thing has not changed. We better now have a discussion as a country. Let me look at this one. Grade 8 learners. So this one is 5 causes of population growth. High rate, this is a good girl. Development of rural areas, low fertility of land, distribution of factories, land degradation. So at least you get 2 there. Problems in the field, misunderstanding, disagreement, lack of guidance, of ovulating, lack of self-respect. Let me give the marks just because it makes sense. This one, money and how they promote trade in Africa, make exchange of goods, as promote transport services, create employment opportunities, generate tax revenue, stimulate growth of economy. And this one, human activities, latitude, so effect of climate change on human activities, latitude, temperature, water currents, longitude. This now out. Highlight 5 qualities of a good citizen: responsible, have love, practice patriotism, paying government taxes, offer guidance and counseling. This one makes sense. And this is one of the learners that I have that's the best. 1, 2, 3, 15. This will become 17. She tries. This learner tries a lot, and I still say, despite the effort that this learner try, the level is low. So functions performed by court: order the cases, create decision, appeal cases, solve issues. Let me give them the two for that. Grade 8 learners discussing about ways of celebrating, helping the needy, erecting facilities, celebrating Labor Day, visiting those sites. He has done the best. The climate mark U is a desert. There is no water. There is no water. Animal die, plant die, drought will appear. And then in the maps of Africa, we have Moyale Kingdom, Ancient Kingdom, and Nyamwezi Kingdom. All of them, that was supposed to be Egyptian Kingdom, Nyamwezi, the Congo Kingdom, and all of them, she was able to get it wrong. 4 points they found, that is, find out importance of the Nile Valley in agriculture. Help know the boundaries between, help with weed control. Definitely that is out, not a good performance, and this is from one of the best students. I want to assure you this from one of the best students. This is one of the best students, but I'm simply saying we need to have a discussion as a country. This discussion must be open-minded. This discussion must not be seen as a trivialization of foundational teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, we must talk as a country.